Saul got knocked off, and then it said, Saul, Saul. He got knocked off his high horse, knocked to the earth, and then it said, Saul, 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 Saul. The word number 2 means division. Okay? In its etymological order. 2 means to divide. All right? So he called his name twice, not for happenstance. Everything means something in the Bible. Every word means something in the Bible. How many times he says a word means something in the Bible. So he said, Saul, Saul, which means, watch this, there was a division that was taking place in the spirit realm. He knocked him down to divide spirit from flesh.
All right.
Jesus. Because, watch this, if God allowed his spirit to stay high, Saul wouldn't have heard, Lord have mercy, Saul wouldn't have heard right from God because his flesh would have been too high.
Yes.
So he had to knock him down so his flesh can be humble and his spirit can be up. So he knocked him down and he said, Saul, Saul, why do you kick against the brick? Saul then said, he said, Lord, is that you? Now hold on. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that because y'all may have known this, but I gave this revelation as I was going into study. All right? I didn't know this. And I took it to my pastor just to make sure I was correct because it was something that I haven't heard being preached before. I'm sure your pastor has preached it a number of times with his smart self. I'm sure. I'm sure he has. But I've never heard it myself. So I said, Pastor, I said, look, you have to, now God has given me this revelation. I need you to tell me if it's right or not. He said, you are absolutely correct. So that's the reason why I'm telling y'all. I was telling y'all don't worry. Amen. Glory to God. Amen. All right. So you have to understand here, I always preached Paul, and I always heard Paul be taught as the enemy. Paul has always been taught as the enemy against God. That ain't what it was. That ain't what it was.
Right.
Paul was a believer of God. He just wasn't a follower of Christ. So, could I say it? Wait a minute. He's killing everybody that is a follower of Christ. But then Christ comes to him and he says, Lord. That is synonymous to relationship. Lord is something that you would call somebody that you would consider them to be somebody that you submitted yourself under. Right? So, literally what happens is this. Hear me now. He recognizes the voice. He just doesn't know the name. So literally, God had to come to him in the name of Christ. Just for you to understand, I am he and he is me. The very one you are killing, Saul, is me. That's the reason why in the beginning of my story, God had mercy and didn't kill him. Because Saul's heart was right. Because Saul's mindset was this right here. He said, I would rather you to die than to serve another deity other than my God. That was his mindset. That's the reason why he was only a killer of people that serve Christ. Because he didn't believe in this Christ that everybody was talking about. He said God is the only God. But Jesus came and he said, who do you think I am, you son of a gun, you? I have to show you who God really is. Has anybody in here had their personal experience with God? Where he had to knock you down so he could expose himself to you? Give God a praise right there. All right. All right. Amen. It said in verse 8, Saul got up and he was blind. And they led him by the hand into Damascus. Now, hold on. I got an issue with that. He got up and he was blind. He woke up blind. He got knocked down and he got up blind. All right? Now, and they led him by the hand. This verse, the whole verse 8, is a verse of teaching at this point. Okay? Because Saul was independent.
Yes.
Saul was used to leading the crew.
Yes. Yes.
So God had to get him in the dark in order to teach him how to follow.
Come on. Come on.
That's the reason why you will be in some places in your life where you don't know what in the world is going on.
Yeah.
Simply because God said, you've been leading long enough. Amen. I'll take it from this point. Because the place I need you to go, you don't have MapQuest to get there.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes when we don't recognize the road, we'll go our own way.
Yeah.
Here go Monique again. She's used to, like I said, leading. Amen. And I'll be like, hey, well, let's go to this place. Turn here. Why? That's the way to go. That ain't the way I normally go. Turn that way. I'm going to go this way. She can go another way because she's been in that direction before. Because she's been in that direction before. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why God will take you. So that's the reason why God will take you to places you ain't never been. So you wouldn't know which way to go. So he has to blind you. Those are those blinding times. Those blinding times. You can't see a way out. You can't see your way through. You can't see your way under. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's coming next. You don't know what already came. You don't know what's going on. You run around like a chicken with your head cut off. Because God needs to show you that it's me that's going to get you there. Not your resources and not who you are. So, God teaches his best lessons in the dark. Amen. He teaches us how to follow him, how to hang on, how to hold tight. But he teaches us while being in a black time. Verses 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I'm going to put it all together. Okay, amen. It says, and God spoke to Ananias, the intercessor. He told Ananias to heal him. Ananias said, Lord, I heard by many that saw, I heard. Somebody say, I heard. I heard by many that saw how evil he is. He has authority from the priest to bind him. Lord said, go, for he is a chosen vessel. He chosen, somebody say chosen vessel. To bear my name before all. Verse 16, for I will show him great things along with great suffering. Now, you have to understand, God told another Christian that he will be the conduit to heal somebody that God wants to be in his body. The very one that should be happy for you, the very one that should be willing to restore you, is the very one talking about I heard. Lord have mercy, Jesus. See, y'all ain't got that going on in here. We got that in my church. Glory be to God. The very ones that's supposed to be in the body is the very ones saying, why in the world would you choose them? Hold up. Wait a minute. Do you know where they came from? I heard that they came from a long line in the streets. I heard that they came from a whole lot of men out there. I heard. Don't even know themselves. But talking about I heard. You ain't heard nothing. Lord have mercy, Jesus. You ain't heard. You ain't heard. What you heard? Don't you want to say that to somebody sometime? They'll look at you. They'll look like, oh, I heard. Well, watch this. But don't tell them I told you.
I know, right?
Amen. Amen. I know I'm in the right church now. The very one that's supposed to be happy for restoration is the very one that's going to down you. Yep. Watch this. Not just to people, but to God. Yeah. Which means this. Some people will pray to God for him to leave you stagnant. Lord have mercy, Jesus. It's some people's prayers that he don't use you. But how many people is glad that we have a God that does not go predicated off the word of others? have a God that will get me because he wants me.
Yes.
Not because you heard something about me.
Yes.
God don't have favorites.
Yes.
He said he has no respect nor person. Amen. So I serve a God that has his own mind.
Yes.
Amen. Glory to God.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what somebody else has to say about me.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Luke 6:26 says, woe unto you when all men speak well of you.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Which means that when everybody got something good to say about you, I'm fleeing from you. Because that means you only doing what it takes to please me, and you doing what it takes to please somebody else too. You ain't no real person. What that means is, ain't you tired and ragged in your mind from trying to please people that don't matter in the first place? It don't matter. I ain't about to go crazy trying to please somebody.
Come on. Listen.
That does not matter.
Come on.
This young lady over here, the light-skinned lady right here, that's holding the baby. She don't remember, probably. I used to work with her at Methodist. She's a registered nurse. I used to work with her at Methodist. I was the lazy one that was always in the break room. Yeah, amen. I always watching Judge Judy, Dr. Phil. I get a page talking about a patient needs a bedpan change. Hold on, Judge Judy is making this. So one day she was in the break room, and you know, it's a whole lot of gossiping people, especially to work in the health, on the job, period. Amen. So, so every single time somebody would say hi to her, you know, sometimes she would say hi. Then other times I would see her going down the hall and she was like this. You know, she got a song in her head, you know, something like that, or rocking, or whatever the case may be. You know, or she's singing her little praise song, you know, whatever the case may be, yada, yada, yada. And some people didn't like that. That was offensive to some people. And she was talking to somebody, I think it was another guy, whoever it was. But she said, check this out. She said, I'm going to be me no matter who got something to say about it.
That's right.
Because they don't know where I came from. Lord, Jesus. If you know you've been through some things, then can't nobody tell you when to praise your God. Can't nobody do you like God can do you. So you ain't about to tell me when I can give him some praise. My only person I'm going to please is God. Somebody say yes. When other people got something to say about you, God backs you up in Romans 8:33. He said, who shall lay any charge against my elect? Because it's God that justifies. So literally, you have to understand here, is this right here. It doesn't matter, watch this, even what you did. Because some people will make up lies, but then some people, you gave the bullets when they had the gun. You know what I'm saying? But even then, it doesn't matter. Because God told Ananias, he said, I chose him. That's good news for the believer, because it doesn't matter what somebody got to say. God will check them, and he said, I said, go and get them because I chose them. I don't care what you got to say about them. They mine. They mine. Is anybody in here belong to him? Lord have mercy, Jesus. Give God a praise for keeping you when you know he should have threw you away. Glory to God. So, just about done.
Hallelujah.
Just about done. Amen. Paul, in chapter 19, he was envied. He was envied by many because of his heavenly activity that demonstrated his natural power. Because they didn't understand how Paul was getting this power. They didn't understand it. They didn't understand how was this dude healing the sick. people getting delivered from handkerchiefs and aprons? How is people getting delivered? You understand that people was getting delivered from Saul's shadow. He was delivered from him laying hands on them. I'm talking about if he had a bottle of water, he can go like this, everybody can heal. You know what I'm saying? He gets to take off his suit jacket, go like that, and everybody getting laid out. Everybody getting laid out. And they didn't understand how was this going on.
Right.
So it said that certain vagabond Jews, which was the 7 sons of Sceva, watch this, and the chief priests.
And the chief priest.
Oh, Lord. All right. This is where we get our text from. Okay? Because the chief priest was the one that taught Paul. That's where he got his bad teaching from. And the chief priest was saying, check this out. Anybody that serves that false God, which is Jesus, I want them to die. Saul said, all right, got you. God called him, slapped him, turned him around, placed his feet on solid ground. Amen.
Okay.
Glory to God. And now we have the 7 sons of Sceva and the chief priest, watch this, saying, in the name of the Lord that Paul preaches. Lord have mercy, Jesus. And it said that, watch this, it said that it worked. But then they got checked by the enemy.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Them mocking Paul worked. But then they got checked by the devil that they were trying to cast out. Which means this. It said that as they said in the name of Jesus that Paul preaches, he came out, and he said, wait a minute, hold up. They said, Paul, where Paul at? Paul ain't here. Who you?
All right.
They said, Jesus I know.
Yes.
Paul I know.
Yes.
Who you? You disturbed my sleep.
Yes.
Oh, it's on.
Okay.
It said the demon whooped them around the house and sent them out the house right now.
Yes, he did.
So what that means is this. You ain't got to understand, you ain't got to fret yourself against people that's trying to be like you.
Yeah. All right.
Because it's going to be the devil
Yeah.
that takes them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that mercy.
Come on.
I want you all to look down at your feet and say, devil, handle my light work.
Handle my light work.
Handle it.
Come on.
Handle it. You take care of that.
Yeah.
Quit getting my finances and take care of that. How about that? Fret not yourself over evildoers.
Yeah.
For they shall soon be cut down and withered away like the grass. Glory to God. And the devil will be the one to do it. All right. I'm done. But I'm just a little bit Baptist. All right. I'm a little bit Baptist. And I cannot end no sermon without hanging Jesus up on the cross.
Yes.
Jesus has got to go up,
Yes.
and he's got to come back down.
Yes.
And then he got to raise up again.
Yes.
Jesus is going down today. Amen. It said that they chose to say in the name of the Lord that Paul preaches. Come out. They used sayings that Paul said, and it worked.
Yes.
They were successfully able to mimic Paul.
Yes.
But how many know that we serve a God that cannot be mimicked? That's the reason why he had to go down himself, because there was nobody to take his place. So I serve a God that had to be beaten, that had to be dragged out, that had to go up on the cross, and that had to be there from the 6th to the 9th hour. And then he went down, and then he preached the revival, and then he took the keys from the enemy, and as he took the keys from the enemy, he took back the hell that was going on in our life. That's where God can say, if it had not been for me that was on your side, where would you be right now? Somebody give God a praise right now. Say yes. Yes. he got up, my children got up. When he got up, my finances got up. When he got up, everything that died got up with. Somebody in here lift up your hands and say, God, I thank you for going down. Because since you went down, I'm able to get up. Didn't have to do it.